Hey, mama friend. Welcome back to another episode of The Mama Mindset. I'm your host and creator, Amy Cawthron. Today's episode, I just want to talk about something that I want to talk about. It's going to be a little bit different, but it's just something that's been weighing on my mind and weighing on my heart. You know, a lot of the times we talk about things and I give you solutions to the answers, and I don't have a solution to this topic today. And it's just what we as moms would talk about over coffee or a play date. And I just want to start by kind of prefacing that I'm still a mom. This whole podcast is about motherhood and being our best selves within that role. And I'm always talking about, getting up off the couch and doing the things and taking care of your body and all of that stuff, because it's true. And I believe that. And there are things that I work on and I do every single day. But I haven't really given space in this platform for, at least not enough, for the conversation that motherhood is really fucking challenging. And I understand that. So I don't want you thinking that I don't understand that. I don't want even an ounce of your thought process to go to that, because it's really, really challenging. And I face the same challenges that you face every single day. I'm definitely not naive to them. I'm not immune to them. I'm not above them. I feel it and live it every single day. One of the things that I feel like is most challenging, we talk about that feeling of isolation a little bit, but one of the things that I find to be most challenging is that everybody is relying on you all the time. Your whole family relies heavily on you for emotional support, physical support, to keep the flow and functionality of your family moving forward. And then you have nobody to rely on. And yes, if you're married, if you have a partner, if you have a spouse, you feel like you should be able to rely on them, but they also have a full-time job. And then they come home and the kids are relying on them. So who do you turn to? Because they turn to you a lot. And you are still this huge support system for your spouse. But who can you rely on? I want to be completely transparent in this episode in saying I don't really have a lot of people that I can rely on. I don't have grandparents, even though they're really close. I've kind of avoided talking about this a little bit in the podcast, but I feel like I just need to share it. We do live in my hometown with my parents as well as Brad's parents, but everybody works. And that means nobody really gives a shit what's going on in my life because they have all of their own shit going on already. However, I'm raising children, like I'm raising the future generation, and nobody's there. Nobody's there for that. And the only way that I can have people there for that is hiring people, paying people money, which I don't have, which means there's no help. There's nobody that I can rely on. So I just want you to know that I'm in the same position that a lot of other people on. And, okay, if I can find somebody to help me with my children, with whatever I'm going through at that time, to find some support, I'm now relinquishing my control over to somebody else. And whether or not I can do something is now completely dependent on them. If I want to do a podcast recording, for example, we'll just talk about what I know. I have to rely on so many people to help me to get that podcast recorded, to partake in an interview, to give that to you to then help my listeners. Okay. And if one piece of that puzzle falls apart, one domino gets removed, it all comes crashing down. So I want you to understand that I know the position that you're in as well and how hard it is to rely on people. Because if you do, by chance, find somebody that can help you, if that help goes away for whatever circumstance comes up, you're screwed. You can't go to your doctor's appointment. You can't go get the massage. So then the stress of, is that person actually going to follow through for me? Is something going to happen with that one person? The stress of that almost makes it easier to just say, fuck it. I'm not doing any of it. I'm not going to go to my doctor's appointment because if my mother-in-law cancels on me, I'm now toting 3 kids. If the babysitter can't show up because she got COVID, I can't go to my massage. It's just easier to just not schedule any of those things, right? That's what we talk about, is getting those things scheduled, scheduling the doctor's appointments. So I know and I understand that feeling of that fuck it feeling. It's easier to just do it all yourself or to not do it at all. So I take the kids to the doctor's appointments with me, and it's okay. I do good unless it's an appointment that I can't take them to, but I do. I've had to toughen up and take the kids grocery shopping with me. All 3 kids in tow. We go grocery shopping and I buy $300 worth of groceries that takes me 2 hours to do. And it's stressful as fuck. And it doesn't get any easier for me. It is not any easier today to take 3 kids with me than it was when I was a new mom and taking 1. I don't know if it's more difficult. I would say it's just equal, even though we've added more kids. Maybe I do handle it a little bit better, but it's just as difficult. And it sucks. It really does. It freaking sucks. A fucking vacation for me is going grocery shopping by myself. By myself. It is the most amazing thing for me to go grocery shopping by myself. And I know that's how so many of you feel also. Thank the Lord for Walmart grocery pickup. Seriously, I can take the girls to gymnastics and I can pick up my groceries, or I can have Brad swing by and pick up the groceries, But I hate asking for help. I hate relying on people because it gives them an opportunity to let me down. And I've been let down so many times. I've been let down so many times. Happens all the time. And I don't have a solution for that. It's shocking to me that as moms, as stay-at-home moms in these incredibly important roles, that we don't have support. It's very frustrating for me to know, we moved back to our hometown from Oregon when we decided to, when we got married and we're thinking about raising a family, to raise them around a better support system and to really still not have a lot of support. And I know a lot of you don't. I get envious of people who have a support system, who have grandparents on both sides that, like, in a drop of a hat, we'd love to take the grandkids. They come over and they'll bring a dinner and they, you want to go on a girls' weekend? We'll travel 5 hours to come over and stay at your house so you can go have some girl time. Like, I don't have that at all. And I have great parents and I have great in-laws. They're just not involved like other grandparents are. So I get envious. But then I have to stop and check myself. And I have to recognize that envy isn't healthy. That envy doesn't solve my problem. That envy, it has no purpose. And if I have a problem, I have to come up with a solution. And that's what I'm constantly doing. So I grow a thicker skin and I come up with a solution, and I have to let go of this idea that I have in my head of expectations for other people. And I go back to relying on myself. And I know that sounds really shitty. And I know that it should be, a different way. And there's podcasts out there that are like, you need to do this or do that to overcome that. And it's just literally not a reality. I live in rural Idaho. My options are limited. So, and I know a lot of you other people, I know a lot of you other listeners are out there too, where you're just like, I don't know how to get the help that I need. I don't know how to get the support that I need. And sometimes I just have to be honest with you. It's not going to be there. And that's the case that it is for myself a lot. It's just not going to be there. I can't expect Brad to, take off work. I just can't. It's just not a reality. I've asked, grandparents, and I've asked family, and I've asked, babysitters and things like that, and nothing's ever stayed consistent, but I just keep trying. And then I just go back to, sometimes it's easier to just do it myself. Sometimes instead of, the logistics of taking them somewhere for an hour to 2 hours for me to go to a doctor's appointment is harder than me just sucking it up and taking them. And then what I do when I get home is I try and limit, because that is heavy burnout in a very, very quick period of time. Doctor's appointments, grocery shopping with the kids. I just limit what I do when I get home. So it's going to look like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner that night. It's going to look like something super simple, and I'm done. Like, that was my job for the day, because I guarantee you what I did in that period of time with 3 kids by myself is way fucking harder than what a lot of people do in their careers. So I just give myself that grace. And I just say, you know what? I worked my ass off today and I'm done. I'm going to, take care of the minimal dishes, which hopefully were paper plates and napkins that I can just throw away and not actually have to wash. And I'm going to, do whatever minimal amounts I need to do to maintain what I've already done. And then I'm checking out and I'm done, because that's what everybody else does, right? When they come home from work, a lot of the times they get the kids a family or an easy dinner and do things as minimal as they can, and then they check out. I mean, that's maybe not the best example. Not all moms, like working moms, still have to like sit down and do the laundry while they watch TV, but maybe that's what I do. I sit down and I watch TV and I fold the laundry, but I'm not going to go like above and beyond and have these huge expectations for myself, because I worked really freaking hard that day. I don't have like a set point for this podcast episode, other than these are the things that I want to talk about. These are the things that, like, I still have moments where I need to vent. I still have moments where I struggle and lack support and lack help. And I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I mean, we could dive into a plethora of, thoughts on possibly why that is, stemming from, women back in the workforce, and our parents are continuing to work longer than they used to, retirement is coming later, all of those things, but none of it really matters, because in a situation like that, I just really believe that finding the why, getting down to the why, still doesn't give us the solution. And a lot of the times, yes, you can maybe hire a babysitter. Yes, you could maybe get support from grandparents. But in my situation, I can't always rely on something like that. We can't always afford a babysitter. They're really expensive. And I think everybody can agree on that. I've gotten a little bit better about just hiring help, about just hiring a babysitter and hiring somebody to come during the day so I can go take care of myself. But it's really hard. And saying yes to that, saying yes to somebody and paying them money to come help me, is saying no to something else. So, and I'm very aware, I'm hyper aware of that. And so I have to pick my hard. I have to pick what's hard. And I oftentimes choose to just suck it up, take the kids with me. It's not always going to be like that forever. And I know that, but I still have feelings. I still have thoughts and emotions on, motherhood and where I'm at on my journey in motherhood. And it's really fucking hard. It's really challenging sometimes. And there just isn't really a solution to it. We minimize the hard, we minimize the struggle, by drinking our water, eating good, exercising, spending time for ourselves, focusing on ourselves, doing the self-reflective work, reading books. I fully believe in those. Those are not bullshit ideas that I'm giving you. I live by those. I live those every single day. But there are still moments that motherhood is just hard. It's just really, really challenging. And there isn't a solution to it. There isn't. I can sit here and wallow in self pity. I can sit here and cry my eyes out, which I do sometimes because you do too. And we all do. But then I fucking get up and I realize I have to take care of the things I need to take care of. And I go to my doctor's appointment with 3 kids and I cancel a massage because I have nobody to watch them. And I get pissed off because I should, and that's okay. And then I wake up the next day and I do it again because that's motherhood. That's life. That's life. That's literally life. There's sometimes nothing we can do about it. But it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be disappointed. I feel those things every single day. And on the flip side of that, I see my toddler run up to me at nap time. Can't wait to be picked up. I see her running over to Gracie and Olivia, like saying hi. She can't wait to see them during the day. And I still, as hard as it is, I still would choose that every day. I would still rather choose and see that every day than be gone away from the house and miss all of those moments. I still choose it, even in the hard times. But I hear you. I feel you in the challenges of motherhood, in the challenges of wanting to rely on other people to get some support and to get some help and to be completely let down. Constantly let down, constantly lacking in support. But it's not up to them. As pissed off as I get and as frustrated as I get, it's not their job. It's not their job to support me. It's not their job to help me. It's my job to rely on myself. It's your job to rely on yourself every single day. If you didn't have a partner, if you didn't have a spouse, if you were a single mom, you rely on yourself every single day. And yeah, every fucking book, every podcast, every blog is going to tell you, no, you need to make sure you have a support system. You need to make sure you ask for help. You need to make sure you hire the babysitter. That's great. You can continue to make that effort, but there are going to be times that you don't have that. And you still have to get through every single day with your head held high, raising your children. And they can see you angry, they can see you disappointed, and they can see you frustrated. That's okay. But it's not their fault. And we know that. It's not their fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's just life. That victim mentality starts to creep up a little bit when things like this happen. And we feel like people owe us something. And I think we all get caught up in it a little bit. Well, I'm owed something. I deserve to be helped. I deserve to be supported. And it's really not about that at all. You can ask for help, and that's being super vulnerable, and that's okay. But you might get turned down, or you might be disappointed if they commit and then they back out. But you're not owed anything just because you're a mother. You're not owed help. It's not up to anybody else to fix the problem for you. You come up with the solution. And if you can't come up with the solution, you plow forward, man. And that's just how it is. You might have to cancel the doctor's appointment and try again in the next week. You might have to cancel your massage, try again the next week. Probably can't go get a pedicure. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. We definitely live in a victim mentality era. And as stay-at-home moms, I see that happen a lot. And we aren't owed anything, and nobody's going to fix the solution for us. But I do understand when you get mad, and I do understand when you get disappointed and angry. I feel that all the time, all the time. I hate relying on other people for help. Sometimes we just need that help. I have things that I want to do in my life, and I feel so burdened. I feel like such a burden to other people when I want to do those things and I can't do them without a little bit of help. It bothers me to my core. I try and be as independent as I possibly can, but there's still those moments that you have to have some help. And I hate asking for it. I hate doing it. I hate relying on other people. So I keep doing the big, bold, brave, vulnerable thing and asking for it. I keep getting turned down. I keep getting let down over and over and over again. And it's fucking irritating as fuck. There's a lot of F bombs in this episode. A lot of F bombs, a lot of thoughts going on in my head based on personal experience. And I hope this resonates with you because we're all going through it. We're all going through it. And it doesn't matter if you live in a big city where there's lots of people, you still may not know any of those people in that city. And you may not trust anybody to come watch your kids. And I don't freaking blame you. I have a hard time in a community of people that I do know people to come help me take care of my kids when we want to just go on a date night every 3 months or whatever rarity it is. So, I don't have any like big words of wisdom in this podcast episode other than I get it. I'm there. I'm there with you every single day. I'm a stay-at-home mom who's trying to help stay-at-home moms who still has to rely on other people to help me help you. And it's really challenging. It's really hard. It gets really frustrating, but I'm not quitting. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on you because this message is so important. And I want all of us to thrive. And I want all of us to keep moving forward because I still seriously, to my core, believe that this is the most important job that we could do. The decision that we've made to be home with our children is the most important job that we could ever do in our lives. And it's really, really hard. There's no breaks. There's no time off. To get time off is like a planning logistical nightmare. Taking sick days relies on so many other people if you can even get the help to do it. So I'm there with you. I'm there with you every step of the way. And I'm feeling all of those challenges. I don't have a nanny. Like the closest thing I have is somebody that comes and helps me clean my house, helps me. I do it with her. I wash linens and I do all the things while she's here most of the time. Sometimes I peel off and go to the library, but we usually come back and do lunch and still help. And we tidy up before we go. And, these are things that I do like with her. That's the closest I have. And that is a luxury. I'm not naive to that. A lot of people don't even have that. A lot of you mamas out there don't even have that. And I am grateful that we have that. I don't know what I would do if she was gone because, I've had a couple of different housekeepers that come and go. Again, relying on other people that could be gone in a moment. In a moment, she could decide she doesn't want to do it anymore. And then I'm left to be 100% self-reliant on that as well. And that's just life. I would just have to move forward. It really fucking sucks, you guys. I get it. It's challenging, but it's just life. You just have to get a thicker skin. You have to find your independence and you just have to keep moving forward. And if you need to be mad, then be mad. If you need to be disappointed, then be disappointed. Feel that emotion, feel that feeling, and then move forward. Move forward with that. If there's a problem, there's always a solution. Always. And if that solution is just sucking it up and taking your kids with you to the grocery store, then that's your solution. If your solution is cutting your grocery list and have to just get the basic necessities that you need because you're taking 3 kids with you to the grocery store, then that's your solution. There's always a solution. So a little bit of tough love, a little bit of vulnerability, a little bit of real mama talk coming at you today. I hope this resonates with you. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're even remotely close to being on the same page as I am. I know that I'm not just talking to the wind. I know that I'm talking to every single one of you, working moms, stay-at-home moms, work from home moms. We're all in the same boat where we all, as women, have to rely on other people. And I know that. I know as women, it's so much more challenging for us than it is for men in that aspect and in that area. My husband needed help with the kids, for example. There would be a number of people that would just, at a drop of the hat, just help him. If he was by himself, just help him if I was out of the picture. And I don't understand why, as women, it's so much more difficult for us. And we'll probably never come up with an answer. We'll never probably have the full solution to it. It is what it is. And sometimes that is not my favorite phrase, because it's just not. But sometimes that's just how it is. And it sucks. So I don't know if this was inspiring. It wasn't really meant to be inspiring. It was just meant to kind of put us on an even page, vent a little bit, cheers with a glass of wine. Well, I'm doing the challenge, so I don't have alcohol in my system. I'm not drinking alcohol right now, but cheers with our cozy beverages. Have my water with me, and let's just do the week. It's Monday. This episode comes out on a Monday. Let's just do the week. Let's just do the mom thing, the big, bold, brave, tough skin mom thing. And let's raise our kids. Let's raise the future generation. And let's do it like a bunch of badasses, because that's what we are. That's literally what you are, is you are a badass. Raising kids is the most challenging thing. It's not the most challenging thing you will ever do in your life, but it is really challenging being a female, raising children and a household, and all of the other burdens of the world that come down on you. Raising your kids is just one aspect of it. But life is challenging. Life is the most challenging. From that is beautiful growth opportunities. Yes. Sometimes we just want to be pissed off. Sometimes we just want to be sad. And sometimes we just want to be angry. And that's okay. So feel the feels this week, learn from them, grow from them. Let your kids know it's okay to feel all of those feelings. And from that, we grow a little bit of a thicker skin, and we move forward with our lives, and we toughen up, and we do the thing, and you don't give up, and you keep taking a step forward every single day. Thanks so much for listening today, sweet mama. I hope this resonates with you. I look forward to talking to you again soon.